Good afternoon and welcome to an exclusive version of Horse Racing Today with Andy McVay. I'm your host, Andy McVay, and along once again is Travis Perry. Travis, how are you today?
Excellent day. Beautiful day outside here in Indiana. Looking forward to the race. Always excited for this. And the finale of the Triple Crown races. Won't have one of those winners, Triple Crown winners this year, but at least we got a good race to look forward to. So looking forward to that for certain.
Indeed. Our other colleague, Mark Ambrosi, is not with us this afternoon, but he has given us his top four picks. And with that, Travis, let's just get started with our top four in the Belmont Stakes. Go ahead.
So are we going to start with number one or number
four? Please.
Okay.
Yes.
I am going to go with Growth Equity. He is my long shot.
Okay.
So I would call him my live long shot there. Right now, I think he started at 12-1. I think he's going to move back farther than that. Lightly raced horse. Horse hasn't run a whole lot there. I think he's a stalker, which I think is best suited for this track.
Okay.
I think he's going to be forward placed there, right off the lead. I'm sure we'll talk about a few of those horses that are going to go to the front. I think this race sets up different. For me this year, I think the race sets up different than like the Derby did. When we talked the Derby, ends up 20 horse field goes down to 18. That's a lot of horses for young horses to be running in. I think that causes a bit of a problem. And this time here we're down to 9 horses, so more manageable. Makes it different. I think it. We'll talk about some different rides that some of those horses and why maybe they didn't get the ride they wanted in the Derby. And I think this sets up better.
Okay.
For me, I like Growth Equity. I think that horse, he's a Nyquist. I think he'll be a stalker, trained by Chad Brown. Chad's got 3 of them, 3 shots. So
he's trying.
He's trying real hard to get this win there.
And I know,
is this home track? Or what does he run a lot of?
His home track is generally Saratoga and wherever, and maybe New York City somewhere, but Chad Brown's grew up around there, so he's shooting for this, and it's a big deal because he's never won the Belmont. So this horse won the Peter Pan, and I think there's better horses in the race. So I tossed him, but I think it's great that we have differences of opinion here. You say he's a Nyquist, and I don't remember who's riding him. Is it?
He is ran by Manny Franco.
Manny Franco. I believe he rode him in the Peter Pan as well.
Yes.
So
yes.
There you go with your long shot. Yes. Well, my number 4 horse is Chief Wallaby. All right. I've never really liked this horse, but he may be setting on a big one here. He has come in second twice to Commandment, and he beat Commandment once, I believe. And he's trained by Belmont, ridden by Junior Alvarado, and he's getting a lot of hype. I think he's second on the morning line. I'm just kind of throwing him in 4th. I'll throw some other action on him, but I have other horses that I have more faith in going forward. Your number 3. Oh, Mark's number.
We need Mark's.
Oh, yes.
We need the expert Mark's.
There you go. Well, Mark's
here.
number 4 horse is another brown horse, Emerging Market. He runs as number 8. He's sired by Candy Ride, and Candy Ride has been a tremendous sire. Of course, he's Gunrunner's sire, he's Vacoma's sire, and he's done very well. Generally speaking, I don't like the Candy Rides as 3-year-olds, and that's what Gunrunner did. He was a 3-year-old Derby year, and then came back and had a phenomenal 4th-year campaign. And Emerging Market also lost a shoe in the Derby. He'll get a lot of hype because he's a brown horse, and he won the Louisiana Derby, but that's Mark's number 4th horse. Okay. Who's your number 3, Travis?
My 3 is the favorite. I'm going to try to beat him, Renegade. Okay. He's the 4 horse coming out of the 4 hole. Drew a little better because if we remember in the Derby, he drew the rail. Closed extremely well there, got beat there at the end by Golden Tempo. But I'm going to try to beat him. I'm going to put him 3rd. I don't think that this track historically doesn't bode well for the closers, really. So I think that, I think he's the best horse on paper. He's going to take the most money.
Yeah.
But I think that late closers struggle when it's at Saratoga.
Interesting.
So I think that, that's going to be a little bit harder with that. And then if we get rain, if we get any weather, makes it a little harder for some of those horses in the back.
Yeah,
to get
exactly.
It's a lot of mud in the face
That
if they're
could be.
eating that. I mean,
It could be.
those horses are used to that, but I think that I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna put him as my third horse. I think he's going third.
Well, I like Renegade all year, and I'm also going to try and beat him. But it's another Pletcher horse, and Todd Pletcher is going for his 5th Belmont Stakes win, and that'll tie him with Woody Stevens, which will be quite a feat. And he knows how to get a horse around Saratoga. And who's riding Renegade? Is it Irid?
Yes,
Okay,
I ride again.
exactly. And so he will be the favorite. He's certainly got a better post position at number 4 here. And I'd like to see him win it. If my horse doesn't, I'll be honest with you. But, so turns out that Mark's number 3 is Renegade also.
Okay.
And my number 3 is the Derby winner, Golden Tempo. Okay, he's probably going to be the second favorite. He's a beautiful horse. It's a wonderful story. He won the Kentucky Derby. Travis, I hate to say this, but from the angle I had on that Derby day, I thought Renegade won. I just didn't even see Golden Tempo coming up. And I was so excited because I had more action on Renegade than I did on Golden Tempo. But very happy for the story. This was Curlin's first Derby. And Curlin has had 2 second placements, and he's been the grandsire of 2 other Derby winners. So it was his time. And, you mentioned rain. Curlins are awfully good in rain or wet conditions, so keep that in mind.
Yes. And Cherie DeVoe, that's a very good story with Cherie.
Very beautiful
coming
story.
in there. And I am for that horse.
I am too.
But I just am concerned with coming. It was as though he didn't even start at the same time as the rest of them in the Derby.
Right.
He was so far back. My notes before, when I had studied up on the Derby, my concern with Renegade is he didn't like a horse coming up on his outside.
Oh, really? So the
my
19th
notes.
post was great, and the 9th post is great, isn't it?
So that was my concern with Renegade. He doesn't like one coming up on the outside, and hence Golden Tempo beat him.
Yeah, it was a beautiful
there,
thing.
But it was a great race there.
Yeah, it was. And the other thing, the pace of this race, as you mentioned, the pace of this race is not going to set up for somebody coming from last to first or second to last to first, rain or shine.
They're going to have to change their philosophy.
You
He
need to
can't
be
be
up
as far
on the
back.
lead. You have to be up on the lead a little bit.
They cannot put those horses as far back. And I think that the horse that honestly has the best chance from that standpoint of a far back closer, which to me would be Golden Tempo and Renegade, is Renegade, because I think he has more of a chance to be forward placed and still get there.
Yeah, I agree.
Where I just think that Golden Tempo, he says, you guys go ahead and do this heavy lifting part, and I'll come and get you at the end. So when you tire out, so that might be the case if you and I were in a race, that I'd get a good quick start to begin with. But I think that you could take me in the end.
Well, you might have trip on the way.
Yeah, guaranteed.
All right, so hey, let's get to our exacta here. Travis, who's your number 2 horse?
My number 2 is Chief Wallaby.
Oh, really?
Going for the double here with Bill Mott.
Okay.
There, and is it Junior riding him there? So they're trying for the double again. I mean, they won it last year with Sovereignty.
Right.
Very lightly raced horse, and that was everybody's concern there before on that horse too, is he's been out there but just coming in, and I think that one is training awfully well right now to be in the hunt for that deal. So I like what that horse is coming with for us. I think he's got the pedigree to keep going there with it too. So he's coming out of the 3 hole there. He'll be mid-placed, so he won't be one of those that's back. I think he's going to be right off the
he will be
there
more
with
up
that.
front than the other guys.
He will be. He'll be coming from there, being a Constitution there. I think that he's got a good effort coming. So he had some trouble, as we talked about with a lot of those horses did in the Derby. That I think that that 9 horses, not near as struggle on that. So he is my number 2 horse.
Well, interestingly enough, Mark has Commandment as number 2, and as number 2, I have Renegade. And we've talked a lot about Renegade. I don't know that we mentioned, but he isn't into mischief, and Into Mischief has been a tremendous sire. I don't guess he's had a Kentucky or a Belmont Stakes win yet, but he's won, I believe, 3 derbies. So,
but if he's going to do it, this better be the year to do it, because what happens next year?
We go to a mile and a half.
Mile and a half.
And I don't trust Into Mischief in a mile and a half.
That's a little scary on
that's
one of
those.
those.
That's a little scary. You're right.
That's where the Tappets come in.
Yeah,
with their distance on that. So,
are they still around?
Yes.
So we've talked a lot about Renegade. Not much more to say. He's been extremely good in his races this year. That inside post in the Derby was cursed to him, and I think he certainly would have won the Kentucky Derby from any other position. You know, at some point in time, I wish they'd structure that Derby draw, Travis, kind of like the maybe the top 5 horses, they get to pick where they go, and the rest of them get to draw. That's been talked about a lot, and it just seems like there's so much going on that you get stuck on the one hole.
Well, my question is, okay, in like the Olympics and the 100-meter dash, you are placed in the center if you have the best speed.
Okay.
So they like the 4 and the 5. 4, 5, and 6 are the 3 fastest men running that 100-meter dash. I think it'd be nice if they kind of let them do that. I mean, kind of pick or say, we're putting you here, there. And so typically in those races, your slowest are on the 1 and the 8 there. So in that, because there's 8 lanes on a track there. So I think that'd be a different thing. I like that thought, but I was like, I don't understand why we leave this up to chance.
Right.
There
at that point.
That. Yes.
So much
with
at stake.
millions of dollars here at stake for this. And
apparently we're not in charge. So
we aren't.
Yeah. So I guess we're ready for our winners of the 155th running of the Belmont Stakes. Who you got?
Commandment.
You got Commandment. How
and
about
Into
that?
Mischief, my favorite hat to actually wear is my Into Mischief hat.
All right, yeah.
I just think that one's coming. I mean, he's due. He had a bad run there, bad place there in the Derby. The odd part for me is this is his 4th jockey change the last 4 races.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That it's like ugly stepchild or something,
I guess.
because they keep moving around. Now, I believe that they upgraded this time.
I do too.
You know, their concern was he didn't get out of the gate very good there, and now they went to Johnny V, which there's not many more that have more experience than Johnny V. So I think that bodes well there for that. You know, Brad Cox's horse, their trained horse, and I think he's doing a great job. I think he can mid-place this horse. He's going to be mid-pack. I don't see him being all the way at the back. When he's ran his best, like the Florida Derby, when he took out the Puma and Chief Wallaby. Chief Wallaby goes 3rd, and that was a very close race on all of those. I think that he has to be more mid-placed. You can't go to the back, and I think this sets him up well, and I think Johnny V he can drive this race car pretty easy for him. So I like that.
Well, Mark's top pick is Chief Wallaby. And here's the deal. I've been to the horse track with Mark a few times, and we usually disagree. And yesterday, we were at the horse track again yesterday with the group, and guess what? He won and I didn't. And so that's just another day's race.
It is. It is. You have good days and bad days.
You do.
So,
Saturday was a good day for me. We won't talk about that, but I'm just saying. So he likes Chief Wallaby, and I've got Commandment winning the Belmont Stakes as well. First of all, I think the 2 best trainers today that have horses in the race at preparing a horse for the Belmont Stakes are Todd Pletcher and Brad Cox. That's my first point. That's my exacta. That would be Commandment over Renegade, Cox over Pletcher. I am trying to ignore the jockey change because Johnny Velasquez is a Hall of Fame trainer, has won the most money, the most victories at Saratoga. He and Cox haven't raced together much. That's a little bit of a different twist. And, you know, Irod's on Renegade for Pletcher, and they have a great winning percentage together. So, but I still feel like Commandment certainly will not be the favorite. I think he'll be the 4th favorite. Might be able to get 6 to 1.
I think a lot of them are going to look at him and push him back.
Yes.
He's going to be in the 6 to 7 to 8 to 1.
Yeah, I don't know, 8 to 1.
I think he's going to be a value for that versus a 2 to 1 Renegade.
Right. And so
situation.
With that, that's and I guess I felt really confident on Commandment going into Kentucky Derby, and Louis Size just did not give him a good trip. He might have been a little early, and then he was sitting there at the top of the stretch ready to go, and I don't remember the horse's name that bounced into him and another, and that just, he finished poorly in 7th. And I really felt like at that moment before he got a little jostled, he had a real shot at winning the
He
Derby.
did not have a good trip.
He did not. And again, Emerging Market did not either because he lost his shoes.
Right.
So bear those things in mind looking
Yes.
ahead.
Who's your long shot?
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to go with another Pletcher horse. There may be a little rain in the forecast, and truly the speed of this race is a horse named Power Shift. And I really like him to get out and go. And there have been horses that have gotten out on the lead and won either the mile and a quarter Travers, which is what this one twins up to. I believe Airgate did that. Others have done that. And I think there's a chance that Power Shift can do this. Now, he's only raced a few times.
Right.
He just
Very
broke his
lightly
maiden
raced.
at Churchill.
Yes.
He and Emerging Market were in a maiden in February at Tampa Bay, and Emerging Market barely beat him, I believe. But so I kind of like Power Shift here, and I'll put a little action on him and see what we can get as my long shot.
Well, and they decided Rapoli owns both of those two
exactly,
horses.
yeah.
I mean, he owns Renegade and Power Shift, and the last work he worked them together, and that's what made him decide to put him in. Because honestly, if you watch that work, it was very good work from.
Oh wow!
I mean, he had them both there together on it. So that's one of the things that scares me a little bit about Renegade. As I said, I don't think he likes a horse coming up on his outside there. Mm-hmm. But he ran this horse to his outside. Now, he didn't pass him at all, but those two ran together. It was a very good breeze, I thought, with that. And that's what made Rapoli decide to put him in. They said that's what made his decision is, let's put him in. I mean, he needs a speed horse to run there. And that horse and the one horse, I believe, are going to be the early speed to get going on things.
Yeah.
So
that's going to make it exciting. There'll be a little speed.
It is. I mean, it's not going to fall apart like it did in the Derby, which allowed those late closers to come on, when they wear them out, because those were fast fractions there. It ends as a slow race there. One of the slowest Derbies in a long time, but I think it was because there were such fast fractions to begin with that the pace fell apart.
It did.
And so I think this is going to be a little more even paced, but they got to have one that wants to get out there and go. And I think that's why he put Power Shift in there.
As we look forward to future derbies, I think we can reflect on the last 5 or 6 here where we've had Japanese entries that haven't raced at Churchill Downs in a big field in front of a big crowd. And a lot of those horses run out for the lead, which is what 6-Speed did. And guess what? A lot of them follow him. So we've had a lot of early pace recently in the derbies, and that sets it up for a closer. So keep that in mind in 2027.
Yes.
Before we sign off, we want to thank you for being with us today for Horse Racing Today with Andy McVay.